This week on Power Profile, we're going to take a look at a fiberglass multi-species model from a company that's better known for their bass boats, and that's Skeeter, and this is their WX 1910. And powering this is a great motor from Yamaha, their F200. The layout of the WX 1910 is traditional, matching other multi-species boats. Forward, the large casting deck will be the fishing spot of choice. The carpeted deck is comfortable for standing, or the recessed mount allows you to move a seat forward. Under the deck are two locking storage lockers with hatches supported by gas struts, and a bait well too. The center hatch reveals a long rod locker for your 8-foot rigs. The bow step hides an insulated draining cooler. The Minn Kota 80 Terova trolling motor, wiring harness, 3 battery trays, and a 15-amp 3-bank charger are standard, as well as a motor trim switch. The port gunnel locker can handle gear or 3 more rods. To starboard are 2 more locking storage compartments. Aft, the casting platform is narrow but usable. Lifting the decks converts the platform to seating, and lifting the seat bases and opening hatches reveals Plano boxes to port and the starter battery to starboard. In the center is the 25-gallon aerated live well. Both wells, bow and aft, are controlled from the helm. The passenger console sports a large locker and upper storage tray for small stuff. The helm console is simple and outfitted with Yamaha digital gauges, easily accessed switches, and the breaker panel underneath. The mounting location for the optional electronics at the helm and the bow are ideal for navigating and fishing. Nice touches include the stainless bow rails, great pop-up cleats, a ski pylon mount that also adapts for fishing gear. The 1910's wide side decks provide for downrigger mounts and accessory rails. And I can't forget about the clean rigging that keeps the transom open. Now overall, Skeeter's done a fantastic job with this multi-species boat, but I do have a couple of picks, and certainly this isn't the only boat that has this one. Where I'm comfortable at the helm, the position of the steering wheel blocks me from seeing the instruments. I can't see any data at all, particularly when a spoke crosses right over it. The other one, as we saw a little bit earlier, was you have to flip up the backrest and then the seat and then a hatch to get to your Plano tackle boxes. It would be better to have something where the hatch opens and they just drop straight in. Those little things aside, the Skeeter is a joy to run. The seats are comfortable, the sight lines are excellent, and the ride is solid. In a calm bay, I was able to toss the 1910 around readily without it hooking or sliding. It was really quite fun making slow, wide turns or fast, sharp turns just because I could. At the helm, the Skeeter instills confidence. The sheltered waters allowed for safe top speed runs that averaged 50.9 miles per hour at 6,000 RPM. Cruising speeds that suited the hull and load range between 27.5 and 32.7 miles per hour at 3,500 to 4,000 RPM, getting you well down the lake in a timely fashion without a big fuel burn. Acceleration was also as expected with a light load. The F200 propelled the WX 1910 to 20 miles per hour in 4.9 seconds and to 30 in 7.7. As promised by the Yamaha's variable camshaft timing system, mid-range acceleration numbers for 25 to 35 miles per hour were 2.9 seconds, and from 30 to 40 it was 3.8. Yamaha introduced the F200, the new model, in 2013 as part of an ongoing product redevelopment, re-engineering that the company's always doing. Now what they did with this motor was change it to an inline 4-cylinder of 2.8 liters displacement, and this has allowed for a narrow motor. So unlike what you see here on this fishing boat, is if you're doing a repower or new, you can put multiple engines on 26-inch centers across the transom. So it's a great motor for fishing, it's a great motor for performance and repower. On this Skeeter, it's showing us some fantastic performance numbers like we expected, particularly in the mid-range punch. Multi-species fish boats also double as big water boats, so I spent some time out on the open lake where the steady winds of 30 kilometers per hour, gusting to 45, kicked up waves and chop. My assessment of the WX 1910? A hull that rides dry and predictable with only a few hard landings off the odd wave and wake.
Had a great test day out here with the F200 Yamaha and the Skeeter WX 1910. Overall, this is a well-matched package. Great hull design that performs really well in some choppy water we were in, and great performance numbers by the Yamaha. We saw great mid-range acceleration, saw some fantastic top speeds. So overall, this package is really well matched. And the other thing I enjoyed today was this tall windscreen that is so typical of a multi-species fishing boat, because it might be June, but it hasn't been very warm.